Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're tackling a pretty massive shift in how we actually interact with AI. It is officially time to stop casually speed dating every single new AI tool that drops on your timeline and start, well, putting a ring on the agent that actually fits your workflow. I mean, we've all been there, right? Testing a dozen different tools just to see what they do. But as our source material reveals today, the real power, the actual productivity multiplier, comes from choosing a personalized AI partner and growing with it over time. To really understand the current AI landscape, we first have to look at what users are actually typing into search engines. And it turns out, people aren't using heavy, complex technical jargon anymore. Not at all. They're searching in simple, plain language. They just want to know how these tools can solve their immediate, everyday problems. And this matters immensely, because the sudden lack of technical jargon means AI has finally crossed that chasm. It's gone from being just a tech pro toy to a genuine mainstream utility. When you actually break down the biggest search buckets, there is this massive appetite for practical use cases. We're talking writing, coding, and shopping. People are constantly searching for the best AI for whatever specific task is sitting on their desk that day. But right alongside that eagerness, there are also some really deep questions about trust, accuracy, and how to fact-check AI outputs. It's like people absolutely want to use AI, but they need to know they can actually rely on it, right? So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll quickly cover the broad AI search landscape, why it's time to lock in and choose a bot, matching bots to specific tasks, some incredibly surprising shopping bots, a framework to help you choose, and finally, building the perfect funnel. All right, Section 1, the AI search landscape and time to choose a bot. Let's dive right into why strategic commitment completely beats out casual experimentation. The core thesis of our source material is definitely provocative, but honestly, it is so true. Picking a primary agent fundamentally reduces your daily friction. It speeds up your learning curve. And sure, the fear of vendor lock-in is totally real, but making a strategic commitment lets you leverage things like deep integrations and compounding memory features. Literally sticking with one bot and teaching it exactly how you work far outweighs the productivity you lose by switching up your tools every single month. And this requires a really vital mindset shift. We have to stop asking which bot is the universally best tool. Because, spoiler alert, there isn't one. Instead, you need to be asking which bot fits my specific workflow, my budget, and my technical comfort level. The end goal here isn't to find some objective, undisputed winner. It's all about finding the tool that is uniquely tailored to your personal needs and your risk tolerance. Moving right along to Section 2, matching bots to tasks. Let's categorize the major types of AI agents by the exact daily tasks they excel at, so you can find that perfect match. First up, for the developers out there who are just drowning in support tickets, agents like Cursor or Claude Code are absolutely invaluable. Cursor really shines with its IDE-centered multi-file edits, whereas tools like Claude Code, Gemini CLI, and Copilot are incredibly strong when it comes to terminal workflows and massive refactoring. The big takeaway here is that you've got to choose your coding agent based on how well it actually understands your specific code base, how it integrates with your current stack, and whether it can act autonomously enough to actually lighten your load. Now, if content creation and marketing are more your jam, you need a totally different set of tools. While Jasper and Writer completely excel at enterprise content workflows and maintaining really strict brand voice controls across a massive team, Grammarly Business is honestly unmatched for pure polish and clarity at scale. These writing agents are absolutely essential for building out SEO-first briefs and keeping absolute tone consistency across everything you publish. Okay, what about deep dives and summarization? This is where Perplexity and Google AI Mode really flex their muscles. They are fantastic at giving overview answers, handling multi-turn Q&A, and offering citation-aware answers. Basically, they show their work, which is huge. But if your research involves highly sensitive proprietary company data, you literally cannot afford leaks. For that, Anthropic is highlighted as the privacy-first fortress for workflows where data security is just completely non-negotiable. And hey, if you're running a brick-and-mortar operation, don't worry, you haven't been left out of the AI boom. Local service businesses can leverage customer-facing agents like Gorgias, Rep.AI, and Core.ai. These bots are purpose-built to handle things like local SEO, appointment booking, synthesizing customer reviews, and answering all those repetitive local FAQs. Implementing these can drastically boost a local business's visibility and totally streamline their customer support. All right, Section 3, the surprising shopping bots. Buckle up because this is where things get genuinely sci-fi. Ever heard of agentic commerce? We are not just talking about a bot scraping the web for a 10% off coupon code here. This is an agent researching products, comparing prices, and actively negotiating, like literally haggling on your behalf. Through these emerging universal commerce protocols, your bot will programmatically negotiate prices with another retailer's bot. It is essentially having two robots aggressively haggle over the price of your new sneakers. It's a fundamental ground-up shift in how we are going to buy things online. The craziest part? The tools are already here. We're looking at bots like Perplexity Buy with Pro for seamless one-top checkouts, or highly specialized agents like Haggle, Genspark, and Manus. Just imagine handing your budget over to a bot, setting strict rules for your must-haves, deal parameters, maybe even a list of forbidden retailers, and a hard negotiation floor. Then you just let it loose to secure the absolute best deal across the entire internet without you having to lift a single finger. No way, right? But it's happening. So, Section 4, a framework for choosing. With all these incredible, somewhat intimidating options, how do you actually make a choice? To keep you from getting totally overwhelmed, our source lays out a fantastic 4-step framework. First, just be honest. What kind of user are you? Second, what is the most urgent, annoying task you absolutely hate doing and need handled right now? Third, how much autonomy do you actually want? Like, do you just want suggestions, or do you want the bot to take direct action? And fourth, how much risk, whether that's regarding your privacy or your budget, are you willing to accept? By asking yourself these 4 critical questions, you can cut right through the noise and find a perfect match. Which brings us to Section 5. Building the perfect funnel. Let's look at how a real agency actually packages up all of this complex AI advice to capture an audience. There's a real marketing agency out in Seattle called Verti Group International, or VGI. They realized pretty quickly that throwing all of these complex bot categories into one single massive blog post is just way too overwhelming for the average reader. So instead of a wall of text, they devised a layered, highly engaging content strategy to smoothly guide their users through the entire decision-making process. Their strategy is honestly brilliant in its simplicity. They built a funnel that starts with a lean, persuasive blog post that acts as the hook. That hook naturally leads to a comprehensive, downloadable PDF acting as the deep dive. And then the whole thing culminates in a short 7-question quiz to provide a final, highly personalized match. It completely prevents the user from being paralyzed by analysis all at once. That downloadable PDF, it acts like a full-on field guide for every single bot we just discussed today. Their guide breaks down exactly what the bot is great at, where it completely fails, its budget level, and gives a simple one-line verdict. It's a highly structured, digestible buyer's guide that users can just save to their desktop and reference as they test out their options. And then comes the absolute genius part, that 7-question quiz. Instead of listing off endless hypotheticals, it simply asks the user about their personal technical comfort, their budget, their privacy needs, and their speed preferences. This ensures they get a customized recommendation tailored exactly to their needs. It totally proves that in today's landscape, personalization is the ultimate educational and marketing tool. So, here is the bottom line for us today. The era of one-size-fits-all artificial intelligence, it's completely over. Done. These tools are far too powerful and far too specialized for casual browsing anymore. The only real question left is, which bot are you going to choose to orchestrate your digital life? Are you ready to let an agent haggle for your next big purchase? Or are you going to be left behind, stuck paying retail? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy bot hunting.